It's in there. I'll put it in the rundown.
Thank you.
What was the song?
I didn't play one.
Oh no. Are you okay?
Maybe not.
What's wrong?
I don't know. There was a really pretty cloud on my drive-in. And the sun was hitting that cloud in just the most beautiful way, like a halo. And I was really focused on it, and now I'm realizing I never pressed play on a single song. I just drove in silence looking at that sunshine.
Oh, one of the other things from the soiree, which, like, I saw you yesterday. I don't know why we didn't have our soiree talk all the way through.
We were in, like, Depresso, Memphis sports, sifting through it. I know you had a great weekend, but...
That's all. Man, I think most of us saw it coming. Anyways, one of the workers there was like, "You're the guy from the TV. I hate your laugh."
No.
And then I did the laugh. She's like, "Yeah, I hate it." I was like, "I don't know what to tell you, man."
Wow.
Yeah. She's like, "You're all right with me."
Okay,
and then she was like, "Hey, let's take a picture together. I got to show my husband." I was like, "Sure, why not?"
Does he hate your laugh too?
Probably.
All these people who are
Jessica,
like,
it's an obnoxious laugh.
Don't listen to people on the internet. They'd never say this to you in real life. That's a perfect example. They do now. They absolutely do.
Whoa,
hey,
wait.
you're that guy on TV. I hate your laugh.
Wait. This was an older black woman also. So like,
okay.
I think that might have had something to do with it. I also did not understand I've never seen the movie. So I thought, I'm just dressing like it's the 80s. And then I quickly realized when I got there must have been no black people in this movie. Because I stood out like a sore thumb.
Let's give it a look-see.
There couldn't be a black man.
Go through the
there must not have been
IMDb
any black
page.
people in the background either.
So far, none that I can see. I think we've got one. I actually have never seen Back to the Future. It's a blind spot for me. Oh, we've got at least two.
Okay.
Yeah. Harry Waters Jr. was in it.
But it's the background characters.
I don't know. He's listed pretty high up.
I want to know. That's what I'm saying. I want to know how many background black people were there.
Oh. I don't know.
Not necessarily main.
I'll have to
It
go
was a
back and
movie
watch
from the
the movie.
80s. We weren't allowing black people in movies in the 80s.
What's up, everybody? It is Tuesday, November 18th. It is going to be a good day. Jessica Benson with you from the Grind City Media Studios in Memphis, Tennessee. CJ Hurt behind the glass. Coming up on today's show, another Grizzlies game day ahead. It is Grizzlies Spurs in San Antonio tonight on national TV. No Victor Wembanyama, no Ja Morant. We will have the latest on Ja's injury timeline. Mike Wallace will join us from Texas to talk about the team, how they can turn things around with this next slate of games coming on up. What, CJ?
No, you're right. He is. I'm sorry.
Okay, cool.
I apologize. I'm
Thank you.
derailing the whole entrance thing.
Will Coleman, former Memphis Tiger, will join us to talk about Memphis' loss to UNLV this weekend, the return of his old coach, Josh Pastner. We'll get into that with Will. We'll hit a little TV Tuesday. We'll go through some of the college football coaching carousel news. James Franklin has a new job. Lane Kiffin has an ultimatum. We'll also do some what we're watching and the SNL news that made my entire day, maybe my entire life, yesterday. It is a Tuesday. You know what we say. Oh, I'm really failing these days at that.
What I was going to say is Mike was here yesterday.
You threw me off.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Oh, because
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item, whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Grizz Nation gets set for tip-off 1 hour before every Grizzlies home game with the warm-up show. Get the latest news, notes, and analysis live from courtside at FedEx Forum.
Who's going to be the tougher team that rebounds and prevents second-chance opportunities?
Join me, Lang Whitaker, along with Michael Wallace, Jessica Benson, and other personalities from Grind City Media, Memphis, and around the NBA. 1 hour before every home game, live at Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Grizz Nation, Friday night just got a whole lot better. Introducing Buckets and Brews, the ultimate way to tip off your weekend. Every Friday this season, grab a terrace-level ticket to the Grizz game and 2 12-ounce Miller Lights for just $55. Get great seats, cold brews, and Grizzlies basketball. It's everything you need to start your weekend off right. So get the deal that's too cold to hold. Go to grizzlies.com/Friday to lock in your tickets today.
Feels great to feel the sunshine. Gotta own the day like it's all mine. Just got paid in his own time. Been working hard, I've been on the grind. I deserve this feeling, having my way. I've been on this healing. This is my day. The sun's out, let's have a little fun now. I wanna let it all out. That's what it's all about. Cause I deserve this feeling, having my way. I deserve this healing. This is my day.
Grind City Media presents The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt. Live from the Grind City Media Studios on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. I hope you are getting a great start off to your week. Another Grizzlies game day ahead tonight as they look to snap a 4-game losing streak when they take on the San Antonio Spurs. Lots of injuries to get into on that nationally televised game. Before that, CJ, can I ask you a favor?
What?
Can I indulge briefly, quickly, in what was my greatest fantasy football comeback of my entire life?
No,
last
you
night?
can't.
Yes,
No,
I
you
can.
can't do what you want on the Jacob. Zoom in. She keeps asking me. Zoom in or throw the title card
It's
up.
just the
It is the
polite thing to do.
Jessica Benson Show. No, not on her, on the TV.
Ooh, my forehead looks
Not,
nice
yeah,
and shiny.
it is. It is. It's almost as shiny as mine. The TV. Yeah, fix it. Jacob, what are we doing, dog? On the TV, not on her. Can we
Jacob's
get
having
it
some issues.
on the TV, or you can just throw the title up.
Okay, well, the polite thing to do before you talk about a fantasy football team that nobody cares about your fantasy football team is to say, do you mind if I talk about this
But it's
fantasy
your
football
show.
team?
Talk about it.
Yeah, I know, but
There
I just
it
want to
is.
let you know.
There we go. It says Jessica Benson right there.
Oh, yeah, that's my name.
That's you.
And that's you right under there with CJ Hurt. So as a team,
And
as a team,
and
I am doing the polite teamwork
completely
thing.
different size, completely different font.
Exactly, you're special.
You barely
it's in yellow.
see it.
It's in bright yellow.
You
Mine's
barely-
in white. If
Yours
you,
is
if you blink, You
huge.
have no idea.
Yours is huge.
Is like an electric shock.
All right,
like,
we're done.
with CJ Hurt.
Oh, come on. All right, your
last
fantasy
night, the
football comeback.
Okay, so last night the Cowboys beat the Raiders 33-16 on Monday Night Football. It was one of the greatest fantasy football moments of my life. I've been playing fantasy football for years, a decade plus at this point. On Sunday, so I'm taking you back to Sunday, I had a 98% chance of winning one of my games. And it's really important. I won't get into all the details, but times have been tough. I had George Kittle was out for the beginning of the season, and Trey Benson is on the IR, and I've just dealt with a lot of injuries, so I'm trying to work my way back up and make the playoffs. We have 3 weeks left before the playoffs start. Every win counts. I had a 98% chance of winning my game. by like 5 p.m. So we're talking late window, fourth quarter starting. Things are looking really good. And then things took a drastic turn because my opponent had Josh Allen, who was on his way to a 6-touchdown day, Travis Kelce, who scored late for the Chiefs in the fourth quarter, Mark Andrews, who scored on the fake tush push for the Ravens late in the game, and Jackson Smith and Jigba, who had big plays for the Seahawks down the stretch. So suddenly I go from a 98% chance of winning that game to a 14% chance of winning that game. I'm like, oh, it's over. This is stupid. Why am I even paying attention to this matchup the rest of the time? I need a casual 32 points from George Pickens. I'm not going to get 32 points from George Pickens. There's no way I'm going to get 32 points from George Pickens. And then the game starts last night, and what happens on the Cowboys' first drive? George Pickens isn't playing. No CeeDee Lamb, no George Pickens. I'm like, can somebody out there give us an update on what is going on? And they don't even have a clear update on the broadcast. All they can tell you is that it's not injury related and that they were told they would have to ask the coaches after the game to get more details about what transpired. And so I'm like, okay, well, maybe we'll find out more. The second drive starts for the Cowboys. First play of the second drive. And George Pickens is still not out there. CeeDee Lamb is out there for the first play. George Pickens is not. I'm like, this is over. This is donezo. And then the second play, he's back. And then next thing you know, George Pickens has 9 catches for 144 yards and a touchdown, and I win my game by 1.7 points. It was such a fun night. It's why we play the game. It's like slots. It's improbable, but sometimes it happens.
And we still don't know what happened. There was
no, technically we still don't know what happened.
There was, it seems to be disciplinary, and nobody, the OC, head coach, and the 2 players, like, yeah, we're not talking about that. We caught a suspension.
Reckless speculation.
Oh, what is it?
Oh, the reckless speculation is that they missed curfew and were out in Las Vegas, which I am truly shocked does not happen more when any team is in Las Vegas playing a game.
You got to have the courage to suspend those 2 caliber
them.
players.
Did you see both of them? They were
not suspend, but you got to have the courage to sit them out for a drive.
Yeah,
which
is what they
did. How many teams are going to say, you know what, to hell with it, we got to sit down our top 2 receiving options. Hell, honestly, our top 2 skill players.
Yes.
We got to sit them down. So, like, the Eagles aren't going to, I can't imagine, say, all right, Saquon and AJ, y'all got to sit out a drive.
Or even AJ and Devontae Smith.
AJ and Devontae, y'all got to sit out a drive. You know, I can't imagine there. I imagine it happens a bit more than we know, and there's a different way of handling it than sitting them out a drive. But those 2 came in, and Pickens in particular, came in like his hair was on fire. He was like, yo, y'all gonna sit me out a drive? I got something for everybody in this damn stadium. I'm catching on you. You getting juked out. That touchdown run was when he just decided to stop and cut back. I was like, why is he cutting back? He's gonna score, but why is he cutting back? Normally that player just runs to the sideline and tries out of bounds. No, he had something to prove to somebody.
Oh, his yards after catch yesterday were tremendous.
First half, I think he had 60.
20-yard pickup he had.
Yeah.
Starts to go down. It's like, no, not so fast.
No.
Picks up an extra 5. Like, everything he did felt like I'm going to remind everyone why I'm so important for this team. And CD too. George Pickens has always been a little...
Like he's a receiver.
He's a receiver.
He's
Thank
a receiver.
you.
He's a receiver.
Complimentary and a little woo-woo.
Maybe not necessarily like I'm going to remind everybody. It might have been something, because this has happened to me in my illustrious athletic career.
Oh, illustrious.
Where you catch you got to sit out for a while and then you come in and just like, oh no, I let my team down by not being there, by messing up. Let me come in here and overcompensate for my failure. That type of thing. Either way it goes. Whatever the reason is.
They were great. Both of them.
And yeah, they were
combined
great.
for 200 yards.
They were incredible.
Well, also the Raiders absolutely stunk. The Raiders are atrocious. And as a Pete Carroll, I don't stan anyone, but a Pete Carroll fan. I mean, he coached USC through glory days before I was there.
People.
I do really enjoy Pete Carroll.
Okay.
I stan somebody that we're going to talk about later on the show.
Okay.
Tease. But
we're talking about
he's
Herbert?
going out sad, man.
The way they called that game yesterday.
So weird.
I don't understand fully what y'all are doing. Why did you take Ashton Genty when you took him?
Twice in the first half.
Running backs ran the ball 8 times. They only rushed the ball 12 times. That means Geno had 4. Geno Smith, your quarterback, I'm pretty sure led the team in rushing yards on 4 carries. Pete Carroll said, that was by design. They wanted to do a bunch of play action to get the ball moving down the field. And to their credit, they did move the ball down the field. But then they would just stall out because they refused to run the ball. Once you get close, you got to be able to run the ball, man. Again, you took Ashton Genty, 6?
For what?
For what? If you're not going to run them. It doesn't make any sense.
It does not. All right, we'll get into the happenings of today for the Memphis Grizzlies. They are in San Antonio tonight, where they will try to snap a 4-game losing streak. This game was flexed onto NBC 2 weeks ago because the game was originally supposed to be Hawks-Pistons on NBC tonight, but then Trae Young got hurt, so they were like, all right, let's switch this out for Grizzlies Spurs. We should get more Victor Wembanyama on TV. And what an opportunity to have Ja Morant and Victor Wembanyama. And Ja Morant dunked on Victor Wembanyama last season. It didn't count, but we don't have to talk about that. It was a sick picture. It was a sick dunk. Let's put that on NBC. That feels like a fun primetime game. But instead of Ja Morant versus Victor Wembanyama, we will now get Luke Cornett versus Zach Edey. Same energy, same star power. The Spurs are without Victor Wembanyama, who is out with calf soreness, which is a huge bummer because it's just very fun to watch Wemby at this point. He's averaging 26 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocks. If you're the Grizzlies, you get a little bit of a break because the Spurs are 9-4 this season, and that is their best start in a decade. They have been one of the true early contenders in the Western Conference. But then on the flip side, if you're the Grizzlies, you're without Ja Morant. And we got the injury update yesterday where Ja Morant will be reevaluated in approximately 2 weeks. Those were the words used as he deals with a grade 1 right calf strain. Do you know how down in the bad place a team has to be for me to get that notification yesterday and have the response of, oh, that's great news. 2 weeks. That's nothing. I ran into Rosa on my way out of the building yesterday in the staircase, and I said, what's the best case scenario? Where are we feeling good when we get whatever the Grizz PR update is later today? And we kind of came to the conclusion, anything less than 4 weeks would be a win because it's a calf, and we don't mess around with calves. Victor Wembanyama, a calf. According to reports, he feels fine, but there was some calf tightness, and they're not going to risk calf tightness turning into something else. Ja Morant, calf soreness. We're also having the situation with Ty Jerome here in Memphis where he's had a calf issue that's kept him out for going on 4 weeks. Haven't had an update on Ty Jerome. So being reevaluated in approximately 2 weeks, all things considered, feels like a bit of a win, but it is still obviously a very dramatic loss in real time because the Grizzlies don't have guards and will have to start Vince Williams Jr. likely tonight, and it's just a bummer to not have Ja out on the court. But I do think from the calf standpoint, we're going to see more of this. You're just not going to see teams risk it because it's so dire of what it can turn into and what we have seen it turn into when guys push through calf injuries and the dreaded A word, but calves, hamstrings. I saw a graphic going around yesterday that I think 21 players across the NBA right now who are making $30 million or more are out with either calf or hamstring injuries.
I mean, we saw last year during the playoffs calf soreness for a bunch of different players, right? You look up and Dame's not playing, Tyrese Halliburton not playing, Jason Tatum not playing. We've seen this calf tightness, soreness, mild strain, whatever we want to call it. We saw it in the playoffs last year, how it led to a bunch of Achilles popping. And so I understand franchises and players being a bit more cautious with those types of injury designations. You know, I understand the Spurs saying, your calf, Victor? No, sir. The Grizzlies. Your calf? Ja? No. And I understand those players being a bit more apprehensive about those things. One of the bright spots on this season has been the fact that Ja Morant has been available and playing every game but the suspension game. And it's like, oh, okay, for a guy who everybody pointed out hadn't played 5 straight games in X amount of years. I can't remember what it was, but everybody was pointing it out. He seemed to have turned the corner on that. For him to be down with this, and there's no real, from my knowledge, no real like concrete time of return. It's all kind of up in the air. When he feels better, he'll be able to get back out there and compete. That definitely sucks. Now, when you talk about it from an on the court standpoint, you're right. The Grizzlies now with no point guards at all on the roster playing. When you think that Ja and Scottie Pippen Jr. and then you throw in Ty Jerome, you're down to your
and
fourth.
Javon Small has
Javon
turf
Small,
toe.
you're down. Oh gosh. So now you're down to your fifth and sixth point guards. It's not a whole lot of teams.
And those are Vince Williams and Cam Spencer. And listen, yes, Ja missed the suspension game against the Raptors. The other game he missed was the Celtics game in Boston. And we saw how this team looked without Ja Morant. And news flash, it was not very good. And yes, they've signed Jemai Meshack, but I will.
But
again
he's not a
remind-
point guard.
Not traditionally, but he's been playing point guard with the hustle, and I think the belief of him as a ball handler, as a facilitator, is something that they are resting on, along with what he could be from a defensive presence for this team. You're down bad. Like, it is what it is, and it's really unfortunate. One, for the reason that you just brought up with the focus on Ja's availability, and I know he said he wanted to play all 82 this year, and people kind of give a chuckle with that, but he was off to a start of being available for this team. And now you get into the weeds of, well, how many games will he miss? Could this impact, and I get it, the start of the season has not been something that would put him in an all-NBA category or end-of-the-season awards, but you have to play 65. On the Victor Wembanyama side of things, this could get real wonky for players who miss a certain amount of games. Like Victor Wembanyama is the clear-cut early favorite for Defensive Player of the Year. He could find himself in an MVP conversation depending how things continue to go, All-NBA certainly. But if you don't reach that 65, you can't do anything about it.
Hey, listen, I think as a franchise, you'd be okay if you're the Spurs.
Obviously, of course.
With him not reaching the
No,
65.
you just want him.
For some goofy reason, we've tied those types of accolades to money now.
Yes.
And so that can affect his contract. You might be able to get him a bit cheaper. And from a player standpoint, we bullied Joel Embiid into playing that year. And he has not looked right since.
Nope.
Was that 24 where it was like, okay, Joel is ducking Jokic. Joel should be playing. And Joel goes out there in the next game and just blows his knee out.
Yeah.
So just
It's like a
understand-
reverb of going too far
Yeah.
against load management by putting things in place to try to prevent load management, but then there isn't space for actual injury prevention at times if you want to chase end of season awards, or if you're also just chasing the desire to brush off being labeled as a player who's always injured, and then you fight through an injury, and then you get more injured, and so on and so forth. I know, CJ, you don't care about this kind of thing, but Ja did post on Instagram yesterday, and I care about it, and a lot of fans care about it. Ja posted a picture of his back, which has the Grizzlies tattoo, and he put a home emoji in the middle of it, and this is a Gen Zer. This is how Gen Zers communicate. It's pretty clear. Ja's calling Memphis his home in that picture. He also posted another slide with some NBA YoungBoy lyrics. So he's probably not thrilled that he has to sit out for this time period as well. It's got to be a huge bummer, and to have to watch a team struggle with no guard depth. And we'll see how it looks tonight. The Spurs are also without Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper, so they have their fair share of injuries going on. They did manage to beat the Kings the other night. De'Aaron Fox has really been kind of coming into his game in San Antonio, but what could have been a big-time, nationally televised, two big stars facing off against one another takes some or a lot of the luster off of it with no Wemby, no Ja. But it is still on NBC, and it will be an opportunity for the Grizzlies to perhaps take advantage of a undermanned Spurs team as they enter a stretch of, we'll call them winnable games coming up. They get the Kings at home on Thursday. They have a game against the Nuggets, but then you have Dallas, you have New Orleans, you have the Clippers, who are also in a bad place right now. Kings again. We'll see if they're able to pick up some wins along the way. Mike Wallace is in San Antonio with the team. He is going to join us in the next segment. We'll get his take on the Ja Morant injury, his take on Zach Edey's first game back, and the plan for re-implementing Edey into this Grizzlies team. That's all with Mike Wallace after a quick break.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing compares to catching your Grizzlies IRL. And that all starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight. Put that jersey collection to use for the next game and get Grizzlies tickets at Ticketmaster. Whether they're here at FedEx Forum or on the road, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring tickets. And there's no better brag than saying you saw it live. Own the 2025-26 Grizzlies season with the 10-game Flex Pack, the ultimate way to catch all the action on your terms. Choose your favorite matchups from intense rivalries to weekend thrillers and customize your pack to fit your schedule. With 10 games to pick, you'll never miss the moments that matter most. Visit Grizzlies.com/packs today to build your perfect ticket pack and cheer on the Grizzlies your way. It's your team, your season, and your schedule. So don't miss out.
Nate Bargatze.
Look, I say a lot of dumb stuff. I try to keep it in front of large groups. Seems to go better that way.
Big Dumb Eyes World Tour.
When you say something dumb one-on-one, it's a lot for that person. I'll say it, then I can just feel that they feel the weight of my life on their shoulders.
Tickets and info at NateBargatze.com. Don't miss the Big Dumb Eyes World Tour. Nate Bargatze.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
Jeff Dunham, Artificial Intelligence, his all-new tour.
You're the other white meat. Edey, how can you be so smart on one hand and so stupid on the other? Well, you're half of it. I realize I could have avoided all this years ago with one simple word. I do not. Silence!
Don't miss a Memphis. Friday, April 10th, FedEx Forum. Tickets on sale Monday, September 29th at jeffdunham.com.
Memphis. Monday Night Raw returns with non-stop action, unmatched energy, and the superstars you love.
We don't get mad, we get even. We don't go home till we beat them. This is our time, we're leaving. Give me the crown undefeated.
Witness the moments you'll never forget. Monday Night Raw, Memphis. Monday, February 16th. Tickets and Ringsider packages on sale next Friday.
The only thing better than Saturday Night Hoops is when it comes with an exclusive Grizz hoodie. Every Saturday this season, $60 gets you a Grizzlies ticket and a limited edition Grizzlies hoodie. 4 different hoodie designs dropping across 4 Saturday games. Not sold anywhere else. Don't miss your shot to collect all 4 designs. Grab your tickets and gear up now at grizzlies.com/Saturday.
Enter the Grizzlies Road Trip Sweepstakes presented by Robinhood and go global for the 2025 NBA Global Games when Grizz Nation takes over Europe. You can win a trip for 2 to London to see the Grizzlies take on the Orlando Magic at O2 Stadium on Sunday, January 18th. To enter, visit @memgrizz on Instagram, like the post, comment your favorite Grizzlies memory, and tag your travel buddy. And don't forget to follow Robinhood. It is Tuesday. That means it is time to catch up with Grind City Media senior editor Mike Wallace. He is on the road with the Grizzlies in San Antonio. He joins us every Tuesday. He joins us now. Mike, how are you doing?
No. I'm not on the road with the Grizzlies today for San Antonio.
Just kidding.
I'm actually on my way down to Jackson, Mississippi. So we're representing at a memorial young man, Isaiah Washington, who shadowed us last season. Jackson State University came up to Memphis, passed away over the summer. The university is doing a memorial service. And they asked that, I come down and represent the Grizzlies for his memorial services. So enamored with our opportunity. He actually did our pregame show, the warm-up show. He hung out with CJ. He did some things around the office when they shadowed. So unfortunately, he passed away this summer. And so they're going to dedicate part of their media wing in his honor and in his family's honor. So I'll have a chance to represent down there. So, yeah, not necessarily with the Grizzlies on this trip, but I am halfway between Memphis and Jackson, and I decided to stop here, check in with you guys.
Well, we appreciate it and sending all of our best to the family and the community in Jackson. With the Grizzlies shifting gears, another tough one, Mike. It feels like the Grizzlies aren't allowed to have nice things because finally, come this weekend, you get Zach Edey back, you get Cedric Coward in the starting lineup, and the injury gods giveth and the injury gods taketh, and now Ja Morant is out for at least 2 weeks. He'll be reevaluated in approximately 2 weeks as he deals with a calf strain. What do you make of the Ja injury and just the seeming unfairness that has hit the Grizzlies to start this season, where we still will not have the opportunity to get a real clear look on what this team is supposed to be?
You know, it's really unfortunate, and I know it's wearing on fans, it's wearing on those within the organization. It's really, really a tough blow because you're dealing with injury after injury after injury. These things are unprecedented at this point. 2 years ago, the Grizzlies were the most injured team in the NBA, set a franchise record with almost 450, games missed to player injuries 2 years ago. Last year, they were the second most injured team behind the Miami Heat. And now, not even 15 games into the season, your whole entire point guard rotation has been decimated. The Grizzlies are without 4 point guards and, a rotation player in Brandon Clark at this point. And it's just, you never can really get going if this is going to be the way that, the hand that you're dealt. So you have to sympathize and empathize with, not only, Coach Tuomas Isalo, who's trying to get his system and, frankly, his career established amid this uncertainty, and even with the players, man, they can never really find the captain that they need. So, it's not a woe is me league. You look around the league, San Antonio won't have Victor Wembanyama. The Knicks have been without Jalen Brunson, for a few games now because of injuries. You're seeing what's happened to Indiana, without Halliburton. You're seeing what's happened with the Boston Celtics struggling, up and down this year, without Tatum. And it's just been a rash of bad luck, and the Grizzlies certainly aren't avoided.
Yeah, I mean, even when you think back of the conversations to start the year of, well, they're dealing with some significant issues to the depth of their front court when you're without Zach Edey, when you're without Brandon Clark. But, hey, at least they have some of the best ball handling depth that this team has had in recent years. I mean, I remember listening to Zach Kleiman on Media Day talk about going from Ja Morant to Ty Jerome to Scottie Pippen Jr., even including Javon Small as somebody who was really capable of being on ball and being someone who can orchestrate this offense. And to now have all of those players unavailable here on November 18th is, as you said, just an unfair situation. You can't do the woe is me. You have to go next man up. And I'm curious your perspective before we get into Zach Edey's return and the good that we saw from that. But with the guards, we saw the Grizzlies sign Jemai Meshack to a 2-way contract and waive PJ Hall, which would insinuate the needed depth at guard and the less needed depth now at the forward position, the center position. So to bring Meshack in, we've seen Vince Williams handle the point guard duties. He got injured for a minute in the game against the Cavs, was able to come back. We've seen that shared between him. Cam Spencer has played on ball. Just what do you think the strategy is going forward into this game tonight against the Spurs?
We're having a chance to go to practice yesterday before the Grizzlies left, and talking to both Jemai Meshack and Coach Isalo. The fact of the matter is now you have to rely on wings to facilitate your offense. He's talked about the opportunity of going with some bigger guards at the point guard and kind of sharing that facilitation role. You certainly know Jaren Jackson Jr. can be sort of a point forward in that situation when pressed upon. But, when you specifically look at the guards now, it's Vince Williams Jr. at 6'5", 6'6". It's Cedric Coward at 6'5", 6'6". Then you got Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who's also 6'5". And then you bring in, the Cam Spencers. John Conchar has certainly been a next man up type player for a long time, who's capable of having versatility enough to spearhead some offense. It's not ideal by any stretch. These aren't, standard traditional NBA facilitators and point guards. These are guys that just have to be pressed into duty. And it's really tough because to do this now for at least 2 weeks, it's even Jemai Meshack, he's a guard, he's a defensive oriented guard, but he's not a NBA facilitator. So all of those things are tough, man. again, nobody's going to feel sorry for the Grizzlies. This is a hand they dealt. Now you just have to make sure you can use that size to your advantage. But he's definitely going to shuffle the deck a little bit. And I think we'll probably end up seeing, a Vince Williams Jr., Cedric Howard backcourt to at least start off the game and then go from there.
I saw Nick I always never know how to pronounce his last name. Angstadt, who is one of the reporters who covers the Dallas Mavericks on Locked On Mavs. He shared a stat yesterday of 140 teams have started 4-10 or worse since the 2000-2001 season. Only 10 made the playoffs, and only 2 were from the Western Conference. And you have a Grizzlies team right now at 4-10. He also added that only 9 of those teams actually made it back to 500 by the end of the season. The Grizzlies are in that realm, Mike, and now without Ja and all the guard issues that we've just gone through, you do have Zach Edey back in the mix, and I thought we saw the immediate positive impact that Zach Edey will have on this team. For 6 minutes, we saw the whole thing, and it looked pretty beautiful. And then Ja exited and still was able to see a more aggressive Jaren Jackson Jr., just everybody on the team looking a little bit more comfortable with Zach Edey on the court. And also, Zach Edey coming back from not having played a game since last spring, he looked up to speed. He looked athletic. Tomas Isolo did confirm he's on a bit of a minutes restriction as he ramps back up into this. But what were the positives that you saw from Edey and that immediate impact?
You talk about immediate impact, and that's exactly what he had. I expected Zach to kind of struggle with conditioning, and I thought that, that test in Cleveland was going to be really, really tough going up against an all-star, all-NBA front court. When you talk about Jared Allen and, Evan Mobley. But Zach and Jaren won that battle, essentially. I mean, they played well together. They basically neutralized those two guys for the most part. It was Donovan Mitchell who obliterated the backcourt and the wings. That made the difference in that game. So Zach really, putting Zach out there gives Jaren a level of freedom that we have not seen Jaren have, in a long time. And it was good. He got up a lot of shots. What I loved about Jaren's game playing alongside Zach was that he got to the free throw line almost at will, which means he was going into the lane. He was attacking the paint, doing those kind of things from that standpoint. He shot a lot of shots. I think he shot 26 shots. His shooting efficiency wasn't where it needed to be, but he was aggressive. And what Zach does is he covers up a lot. He gives you the space. We saw Josh start 2 for 2 in that game. And he also had a lob assist where the alley-oop dunk was there as well, too. So he created the space for the shooters and the drivers. He set a screen that allowed Vince Williams Jr. to get, 10 feet of space for a top of the key 3 as well, too. So that's what Zach does. And the best way that Isolo described it is his gravitational pull. You have to pay attention to him and get a body on him, or multiple bodies at all times, which means fewer bodies to defend the other guys like Jaren Jackson. So that's how the Grizzlies are going to have to play moving forward for these next, couple of weeks. And you just hope offensively they can limit the turnovers and not allow teams to get out and run back the other way and cash in on turnovers because they can't get organized in the backcourt.
Also, it feels like a time where there's just such a necessity to capitalize on the mismatches to be taken advantage of with Edey. How do you think the Grizzlies can do more of that? Because it felt like there were some missed opportunities even in that game in Cleveland.
And that's the thing. You mentioned the missed opportunities. So you have to have ball handlers who recognize the mismatches, who can get the ball to the post, who can get, the team organized and set up so that they can take advantage and early identify some of those mismatches and things of that nature. You got to get organizers who can get in transition to create easier opportunities in the fast break. So what you don't want is to load up these non-point guards with obligations to have to run half-court offense. That's where the Grizzlies will get in trouble. So identifying early opportunities allows Zach and Jaren to rim run. They're going to have to be conditioned in order to beat their man down the court and make it easier, make themselves easier targets. So that's what it's going to be all about, prioritizing ball possession, prioritizing ball security, and making sure you can read what the defense is doing and take advantage. And that's going to be the onus on the backcourt guys at this point. It's not ideal by any stretch, like we said time and time again, but that's what the Grizzlies are faced with right now in an opportunistic stretch. Like, San Antonio is going to be without, bless you. San Antonio is going to be without Victor Wembanyama for a few weeks, just like Ja's not going to be there. They're also going to be without Castle tonight, I believe. So, this is an opportunity to go get a road win against San Antonio. You got Sacramento, who's, I think, lost 6 straight games and they're struggling on Thursday when you come home. And then you go to Dallas right now, this is as good of a get-right opportunity for the week for the Grizzlies as they're going to have in a long time.
Do you think NBC regrets flexing Grizzly Spurs onto their network tonight?
I think they did, because the thing about it is that Victor Wembanyama was coming off a phenomenal week, going head-to-head, back-to-back games against the Warriors, flexing on Draymond Green. You had everything you wanted. You had the Grizzlies one game earlier coming to as close to full strength, at least with the starting five as they've been. And then one game later, which was the next game, Tuesday, everything goes, berserk, goes upside down. So I know they probably regret that one. And I can't even remember which game they had in place at first
It was
to flex into this game.
Hawks Pistons, I believe. And then Trey got hurt.
Yeah.
And so that's what started the flexing process.
And you know what? And the Hawks got better once Trey got hurt. And now the Pistons are the hottest team in the NBA. So, yes, I think they probably will regret that.
Hey, speaking of the Pistons, Cade Cunningham is getting his own signature shoe. Is he, from your perspective, approaching superstar status, or is he already there?
Yeah, I think he's approaching it. I don't think he's already there. He hasn't done enough yet. We've seen, we know he has potential. We know he has the ability to be a really, really good player. But getting to greatness means you got to take the next step and get your team into the playoffs, do some damage in the playoffs, and have some of your best games. You got to be a certified all-star that has multiple all-star appearances. You have to be an attraction. I think he has all the makings to be that. I don't think he's necessarily a household name yet, nationally or globally, and I don't think he resonates with kids outside of the market that he's playing in. So once he does that, if he keeps playing like this, I think he could check off all of those boxes and be every bit as good. So getting a signature shoe at this time, Nike's investing early. And they're banking on him to continue this trajectory, and it looks like they are. Detroit needed to be good. They've been horrible for a long time. Their history has been a championship organization, and now they're getting back to that Detroit basketball that they were when they were at the Palace of Auburn Hills and before that.
If there was one other game that NBC might want tonight, even though I know all of these networks have done a tremendous job of staying away from narratives this season and really focusing on the games that have been played, of building new just storylines instead of resting on the same ones that we've rested on for a long time. But one of those might come back tonight in LeBron James, because he's been upgraded to questionable for the Lakers game against the Jazz tonight. And he was asked yesterday on what he expects his role to be this season with the Lakers. And his response was, doesn't matter. I've never had a position. There's not one team, one club in the world that I can't fit in and play for. I can do everything on the floor. What do you make of those comments from LeBron and his place with this Lakers team as he re-enters into a new world that has really shifted into Luka Doncic's Lakers? And it almost feels odd that there is less kind of pomp and circumstance for LeBron's potential return tonight against the Jazz.
LeBron is going to have to take his own advice. And I remember him giving that advice to both Chris Bosh and Kevin Love. Chris Bosh when he came to Miami, and Kevin Love when he went back to Cleveland. And those guys were, the second or the third options. And he said, listen, man, don't worry about trying to fit in. Be you. Fit out if you have to, but fit whatever way you need to fit. And, find your comfort zone, because we're already doing this. And now we can, get better if you're willing to come on board and do whatever it takes. So to hear LeBron say that is encouraging. He's going to have to follow his own recipe, though, because look, the Lakers aren't going to reach their potential without LeBron being who LeBron is capable of being. I buy the fact that Luka Doncic has had a great start. He's at an MVP level through the first month, but LeBron is going to determine how good that team can be. And I think, anybody who's followed basketball will see that. And so he has to come in with the right mentality. Is Luka still going to be, the same confident player? Can, guys like Austin Reeves still feel accomplished and confident in what they're doing? A Jake LaRavia and a Marcus Smart, those guys who are role players, can they still step up and contribute and not just watch? Is LeBron going to stop the ball, or is he going to continue to be a facilitator to help their movement and their flow? So those are all things he's going to have to come in and tweak himself and tweak his game to be able to do. And if there's anything I know about him, he's not going to come back and look bad. LeBron took all of this time so he can come back and be in peak form as much as a 40-year-old could be. And I think he's going to hit the ground running, man. I think that he's ready to take this to the next level for sure.
Mike, before we let you go, just one quick question, because you mentioned Chris Bosh, and funny enough, I've now had Chris Bosh's name spoken 2 days in a row on this show. Did you know Chris Bosh is really into art?
Yeah. He's a real, Renaissance man. And I heard you talk about him on yesterday's show, being at the art gallery.
Uh-huh.
You should have went up to him and said, "Yeah, Chris, I can dunk on you," just like the janitor. The security guy.
Yeah. I'm sure he would have really appreciated it, just like he did.
Hey, before I get out of here, can I go grab you guys some continental breakfast before?
Yeah. What's your go-to continental breakfast? I just had a continental breakfast for the first time in a long time, and was reminded of kind of like the pick your poison approach. I love free things, so I'm never going to turn down a continental breakfast. What's your order?
Yeah.
Not your order, but your selection.
Well, there's a pre-made sausage, egg, and biscuit wrap up here that I'm thinking about, but they might actually require me to have a room here, and I don't have that yet, so I better get out while I'm ahead.
No, if you walked in,
I think
you
if you
already
don't say
done
anything,
it. Like just go up there and grab it and go.
I'm not promoting stealing or theft, but
it's not stealing or theft. It's a continental breakfast. If you can get in, you take it. We took my father to Embassy Suites breakfast one time for Father's Day. We hit him up and said, "Hey, where you want to go? We're gonna take you to breakfast." He said, "I want to go to the Embassy Suites." Like, you sure? Like, yeah, take me to Embassy Suites. Like, okay. So we dressed in our pajamas because you got to look like you belong there, so you can't be in jeans and in fancy clothes.
Wow.
So we dressed in our pajamas and went to Embassy Suites and walked in. On our way in, they stopped us. They were like, "Hey, you got to show your key, your car key to get in." And my dad was like, "Oh, man. Do you have it, CJ?" I was like, "Oh, man. Do you have it, Creed?" That's my sister.
Oh, man.
And my sister said, "No, I don't. I'll run upstairs and go grab it." And my sister at the time was like 12. And so the dude at the door was like, "Oh, man, I'm not finna have this 12-year-old girl run upstairs to get the key. This is a nice black family. We're going to let them in. Y'all are good to go." Wow. And so we just snuck in there.
Well,
Dang.
enjoy your breakfast biscuit. Just go take it, as CJ said.
just-
What are they going to do?
Are they going to call the police? Like, at the end of the day, Jessica, thank you. What the hell are they going to do, Mike? Are they going to get the police involved? And then when the police get there, like, what are the police going to do?
Yeah, I can't have that kind of situation, man. I'm wearing Grizzlies gear right
That's
now.
true.
We had
He's
that
representing the
a couple weeks ago.
team.
We can't do that again. We
Mike
can't go
Wallace
through that
of the Memphis Grizzlies detained for taking a sausage biscuit. Like, come on, man. The Clarion Ledger got better stuff to write than that. What are we talking about?
You could be a legend.
You'd be a legend to me.
Someone would definitely make a GoFundMe account for you, and you'd probably make a lot of money.
We got Mike doing time?
No,
For
but
taking
people
a
just like
biscuit?
when somebody, they would want to pay for his legal fees. Like, here,
Yeah.
let me
Mike's not
have
hiring
and we'll
an
never
attorney
have to
for a
pay for it.
biscuit?
You don't know.
And we'll never have to pay for a meal again.
Never again. All right, Mike. Safe travels, and we'll catch up with you when you're
All
back.
right.
That
All right,
was
take care.
Mike Wallace. I'm a big fan of the waffle mix. It's never very good, but there's a fun component to it where you get to pour it in and then flip it and then inevitably be mad that it didn't cook properly. That's okay. It's a free waffle. I had some scrambled eggs last week. They were scrambled eggs.
I remember as a kid being so excited, staying at a
Continental
hotel.
breakfast, yes.
And first time away from the parents on a trip, I was like, "Mama, guess what? They got all you eat continental breakfast." And so in my mind, my little 6th grade mind, I'm thinking as my man shows up with food again, I'm thinking continental, that means food from all over the continents.
Yes.
And I said, "Cedar, do you know what continental means?"
You said no.
Donuts, just cold food. I was like, "What?" Now I'm furious at it. It's yogurt and cereal and oatmeal and the waffle maker. Heartbreak.
Hard-boiled eggs.
Hard-boiled
I'll
eggs.
tell you
are
who
there.
does continental breakfast right.
Who?
Europe.
Oh.
Oh, they're amazing. Their pastries are like how you
Oh,
would
yeah, those
imagine doing
stale-ass
European.
pastries.
But theirs are fresh. They're
Yeah.
from like a local bakery. Every free, yeah. And Jacob said cold cuts and cheese, but it's always good cheese. It's always soft cheeses. But the pastries are A1, and sometimes they have like a little hot option as well. I'm just saying they do it better.
Yeah, I
They
believe
do it
it.
absolutely
I'd
better.
agree.
We get a continental breakfast every Tuesday because Will Coleman, former Memphis
Hell
Tiger,
yeah.
is kind enough to
Get a
cook
real
for us
breakfast.
and come in and talk about the Memphis Tigers. And I hope he's got something good to help us get through the conversation about Memphis's loss to UNLV this weekend, how they move forward as they have a potential date with the #1 team in the country, Purdue, in the Bahamas later this week. We'll catch up with Will after a quick break.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans. Want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you? Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Grizz Nation, don't foul out on dinner plans. Hit Sticks Express in downtown Memphis instead. Fresh hibachi, steak, shrimp, sushi tacos, and yes, our legendary sake slushy to keep things cool. Order online with code STIX901, STIX901, and knock 10% off your tab. It's the perfect pick and roll for game night. Sticks Express, fast, fresh, always a slam dunk. And hey, come see us at our Collierville location too.
It's early, but top 4 in win shares per 48 minutes in the NBA right now, Cedric Coward is in that group. Do you want to know who else is in it?
Who?
Victor Wembanyama, Luka Doncic, and Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I like that company.
That means the American player with the highest win share per 48 minutes, Grizz rookie Cedric Coward.
The Gary Parrish Show, live on weekdays at 10 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. The Grizzlies are the one thing everyone in the family can agree on. So join us every Sunday this season for Sunday Family Fun Days. It's a steal at just $35 and includes a ticket to the game, a $10 food voucher, post-game free throws on the court, and a meet and greet with mascot Grizz. Space is limited, so grab your tickets now for this unique experience your family won't soon forget. Go to grizzlies.com/Sunday and have a fun day.
Calling all collectors! Topps NBA basketball trading cards are back. It's available in the Grizzlies Den by Fanatics and online at Topps.com. Rip into bold color parallels, electric inserts, relics, and autographed cards from today's biggest stars and the next-gen talent. Look out for rookie cards of Cooper Flagg and Dylan Harper, plus Grizzlies favorites John Morant, Jalen Wells, and so many more. You don't want to miss this drop. Grab your set before it's gone.
Welcome back. It is Tuesday. That means it's time to catch up with former Memphis Tiger Will Coleman. And if there is one thing to help with the very bad, very sad weekend of Memphis sports, it's a visit by Will because he comes bearing gifts, as always. Will, what's in the box?
You know,
what's in the box?
I'm very disappointed in how this looks. Now, it may taste good.
Okay.
But, you know, obviously it's easier to digest something when it's aesthetically pleasing.
Oh, I mean, not always.
So what I have here, you know, a lot of my inspiration comes from CJ, of course.
Of course.
What we have here is Fruity Pebble cheesecake.
He's done it again.
Open it.
It's a sweet treat. What's it going to look like? Now I'm so curious. Oh, it looks fantastic.
You know.
Oh, man.
Come on.
It's got rainbows. It's got Fruity Pebbles.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that looks awesome.
Perfect.
That looks incredible.
Let's go. Woo! Cheesecake.
Cheesecake. Cheesecake. Cheesecake.
Cheesecake.
Holy moly. Okay, so are the Fruity Pebbles inside? Are they just on top?
It's
How did
on
we go about
top. It's
making
like
the
you got
Fruity Pebbles
cereal
cheesecake?
milk and a couple other things.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I love this for us. I love
So,
this for
y'all
you.
give it
Did
a
CJ
try.
post this on his Instagram?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is this a CJ creation?
Not a create. I didn't create it.
No, I know, but like a CJ inspiration,
He
I
didn't
should say.
create it, but I
Wow.
saw it.
You want a piece?
Yes, of course I want a piece.
My tummy.
My tummy. I don't
Yeah,
care.
y'all
I
get
eat it
that.
every time.
Every
And then
single
I go
time?
home and I say, oh, my tummy. I ate cheesecake
I'm-
before 9 a.m. I wonder why I feel awful right now.
I'm curious to know how
Okay.
it tastes. So everybody take a bite
ready.
and just pick that
I'm gonna
corn.
beat
Don't be
CJ to
scared.
it.
Just grab that thing, baby. Yeah, let me know how it tastes.
Are you just gonna grab it?
Don't nobody else grab that thing, Will.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab that thing.
All right, here we go.
There we go.
Moment of truth. Oh, it's amazing.
It's good.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
Is it good?
I love.
Find out, Will.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's so good.
Okay.
I love
all
Fruity
right.
Pebbles.
All right.
My favorite frozen yogurt topping was Fruity Pebbles for a period of time.
Is it good? Okay. All right.
CJ's
Okay.
stopping.
All right.
It means it's good.
All right. Okay.
Perhaps
All right. Okay.
if you gave the Memphis Tigers basketball team some Fruity Pebbles cheesecake, it could turn their frowns
upside down.
upside down. And maybe it would give them something to play for, to give the energy necessary. Because, Will, we didn't see it. We didn't see it on Sunday. They were 9.5-point favorites against UNLV, and they lost by double digits.
You know,
Brutal.
it was.
CJ, please stop eating in this man's ear.
This is all good, Will.
It is really good.
And you got it in the crust?
Yeah, it's like embedded in the crust and in the cheesecake and on top.
I was a little worried because I didn't like how it looked, but I was assured that it would be just fine. So,
Fine.
yeah,
It's more than fine.
It's,
Damn near perfect.
I'm glad you like it. I'm so glad you like it.
about them
Hey,
Tigers?
I don't know if my homegirl always get upset. I know Jenna works. She always get upset when I don't tell her there's food up here.
Jenna, there's food.
Jenna, there's food up here. It's
Not for
cheesecake.
long.
Jenna, you better get up here soon. It's cheesecake. I don't know if she's watching the show, but anyways, my Tigers.
Okay,
So
Tigers.
first things first, I
Yeah.
want to say, obviously, I love my Tigers. I'm also a Pastner guy,
Yeah.
but I also want to tell Tiger Nation, or at least the Facebook group that I'm in,
not the
that's
Facebook
what you
group.
get, because they dogged Pastner when they found out he lost to UT Martin and talked bad about him. I mean, called him every name under the sun, and he came in here and beat the stew out of us. The stew. And it just, it just, the effort wasn't there for us. Obviously, the turnovers were there. We sing about this every year. The shooting.
30 points off of 18 turnovers.
I know, man. The shooting wasn't there. We truly looked like we looked like that team was assembled literally the day before the game. Looked like LA Fitness basketball on our end. And I know it's real easy to say, it's still early, still trying to figure this out. But we running out of time, man. And these are wins that we need going into the postseason.
One of the harder things to take from that game is you have a very difficult non-conference schedule. A team like UNLV was supposed to be the kind of game that you get through, not as challenging as some of these ones coming up, and also indicative of the constant refrain of, well, once they get to American play, that's their league to lose, essentially. You lose like that to UNLV, and yeah, it is your league to lose in the American, and you will lose if you play the way that you played on Sunday. And it is early. Man, UNLV was down some significant players. They had those losses to teams like UT Martin and Montana.
Yeah.
And yet they came in and just so clearly looked like a better team. And you go back to some of Penny's comments, multiple comments, because it was just earlier this offseason where he said this was the most talented roster that he's ever put together. But then going into the season, there were comments about having to have a team meeting and just now implementing the offense and the defense and a disorganization of sorts. And then they get the win over San Francisco, and you think, well, maybe this is rolling better than expected. They play close against Ole Miss. They weren't embarrassed in Oxford. You could definitely take some positives, even if there were some things lurking that were concerning. But then you just get smacked by UNLV, and that really is what felt like a reality setter for this team, at least where they are right now.
Yeah, I mean, and it's just it just goes to show, CJ asked me, how I felt. He texted me after the game, but it's like, yes, some of this, it can be penny, as far as, we have a lot of trouble in the half-court offense, trying to do things in the half-court. We struggle there, but there are other things that, that penny just can't fix. Our three-point percentage, our free throw percentage, our turnover ratio. Like, those are things Penny can't fix those. Those are player-induced incidents, if you will. Like seeing a pass and thinking you have a pass, or throwing a bad pass and doing things like that. These are all player errors. Like, Penny can't help us there. Now, the offense and finding the right guys and finding the continuity with the right set of guys, and maybe even slimming the rotation down to 8 or 9 guys. Okay, yes, because there's still a lot of chaos when he's in his sub patterns and trying to find some cohesiveness with the team. Yeah, we can harp on that, but like the things that need to be fixed immediately, turning the ball over and shooting the ball well. Those are things that players you just got to get in the gym and shoot, man.
You can't have more turnovers and fouls than you
can't.
have assists.
It's insane, man. And when we go to a team and play a team like Purdue, you got them shooting almost 40% from 3, capitalizing on turnovers, just a very good offensive heavy team. We got to play damn near perfect.
Yeah, Purdue but now the number 1 team in the country per the latest AP rankings. They're 4-0. Matt Painter just picked up his 500th win of his career, and they already have a signature win over Alabama from this season. You have to go to the Bahamas. I mean, it's a true test, but could be an embarrassing start to feast week.
But I mean, it's yes, you're right. But you'd rather it be like it's the perfect time and the perfect opponent to get neutral, because you don't want to go up there. You don't want to have to play them in West Lafayette, because that place gets to rocking, and that'll come down on you real quick. You also don't want to get them here and have another disappointing performance in front of your home fans, because the way the city feels right now and the way the fan base feels right now, and you correct me if I'm wrong, Jessica and Will, feels like they're waiting to come down on the team right now. Like there's beginning to be a bit of a dark cloud on Penny Hardaway and the Memphis Tigers right now. And so you don't want that performance to happen at home. You're on a neutral court. There are no distractions, limited distractions. It's just you. It's just you, the palm trees, and them. And so maybe this is a good time for them to get on a neutral court and play Purdue. I'm trying to find any sort of silver lining to throw out there for Tigers Nation, because this is a tough start to the season and they struggle. We talk about the UNLV loss, and rightfully so. It's the most recent game, and they lost. But their win they struggled to get. Like, they didn't dominate. They didn't run San Fran out of the gym. They didn't look great against them either. So there are real things to be concerned about. One of the things we talked some after the game, you brought it up. One of the things, though, is like, who's the guy? Right? When Penny Hardaway, his better teams have had a dude where you can say, okay, it's on his shoulders. They need a play to be made. They need a bucket to get Jeremiah Martin, that type of stuff, where it is, hey, just throw him the ball, get out of the way, he'll go get it. But I don't know if they have that, do they?
We don't have one. We don't have one. And I don't, and like, to your point, just establishing a closer and having a go-to guy who we can, not necessarily like this person is going to save us, but like, hey, if we need to make something happen, it's not even necessarily a bucket. It could be an assist. It could be get a man open. It
dive on the floor and get a loose ball, right? Like there were energy dudes here who could do that.
Even just guys who know how to win. I was listening to Jason Smith and John Martin talk about this yesterday, but of all the transfers that came in on this year's team, they weren't a part of winning basketball
teams.
And winning teams. Like, you have the importance of someone like a Tyrese Hunter last year, someone who's been to the Sweet 16, someone who knows what the process of a season looks like through the ups and downs, the peaks, the valleys, but is a winner and knows how to do it. And right now it's struggling to find one guy on this year's team who can serve as that spark plug of sorts. Instead, it's more guys detracting from a team, obviously, with turnovers and all of that. Like, the front court problems have been glaring.
Can't catch the ball.
Right.
Can't finish around the rim. The presence and the low post presence, it's not there like.
What happened to Doug?
Yeah, man.
Not the front court, but from a guard perspective, that was a player who had flashes and perhaps was going to be an organizer of the offense, and he's been disappointing as well. He's 1 of 10 shooting against UNLV.
I really usually, like I said, I try to find any kind of silver lining, like CJ said, and it's just we need to go back to the drawing board in terms of how we're going to get this thing right or how we're going to right the ship, because right now it's at this point it's looking abysmal. Can we turn it around? Yeah,
We can always turn it around.
I mean, it's going to take some serious construction.
I mean, it's only the second game, so there's that as well. Third game, excuse me. It's only.
But I'm saying when we get into y'all favorite, when we get in the quad
Start
talk,
doing the quads.
when we get in the quad talk, first off, NCAA don't like us anyway. We know this, but when they see, that we barely beat San Fran and we lose a winnable game against Ole Miss, and then we get blew out by UNLV, they gonna be like, oh man, this eek. Like
eek.
Yeah, exactly.
That was an eek.
Eek.
Back on the cheesecake for just a moment. Bear with me, people.
Because it is a silver lining.
That's a gold lining. I don't know what the hell you just silver. It's diamond. That cheesecake finna go platinum, Will. I'm trying to place the crust. Don't tell me it's a family secret. I understand that. Might I suggest, though, using Cinnamon Toast Crunch as the crust. So you get that Cinnamon Toast Crunch mixed with the Fruity Pebbles as the crust. You get that cinnamon sugar in every bite of the cheesecake. I think that would really set this cheesecake off.
So just a cereal cheesecake.
Yes. So not, you don't have to limit yourself to just the Fruity Pebbles side of things. So then you go the Cocoa Pebbles route. You go Cocoa Pebbles, and now you're using Cocoa Puffs as the crush, or as the crust.
I disagree with that because
Really?
I just think that from a cocoa, if you're using Cocoa Puffs in a crust and or in a cheesecake, you might as well be using Oreo cookie, which is a superior crunchy cookie experience or a crunchy chocolate experience in a cheesecake. But this is so unique because you don't have something else like a Fruity Pebble. I agree. It could be in the cheesecake formula, but I really like it in the crust.
You like the crust. You
I
don't
do,
think the
because
crust
I like
can
that
be.
it gives it like a little crunch.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll marinate some more. What about golden grams?
I'd be good with a golden graham.
A golden graham crust?
Yeah, because crust, because that's like a graham cracker.
Okay.
That's just an extended graham.
A golden graham.
Honey
golden
bunches of oats.
Them scratch
Which
the
one
roof
is
of
that?
You gotta let them sit in the milk.
Is that
for
the
a
one with
little
the
bit.
frog?
Scratch the roof of your. No, them smacks.
Okay. Yeah. Don't mess with smacks. Keep smacks away from me. Get them smackums out of here. I'll smack you with some smackums if you bring that in.
Tommy said this segment brought to you by diabetes.
My foot is
Big
kind of
back.
tingly.
Yeah, I was gonna say my calf is actually a little
Big
sore
backs.
this morning.
Just have a
too.
big back segment. What's my boy name? I love his show. What's my boy name that do the Sunday conversations? And every show he has like some silly segment from
Cameron Presley.
Yes. So
I know who.
I think
yes.
every show we just in this little mini portion we just have a big back.
So can we call this segment the Big Back segment? Because I
If
will
we
get graphics
talk about food,
and I will get music for the Big Back
a
segment.
sponsor?
yes, big back segment.
Will, I know the game itself was disappointing, but as you mentioned, you were able to see Josh Pastner, who
Yeah.
is your coach. How was that?
I saw my boy. A lot of people don't have a lot of love for Josh, but I will forever, love Josh Pastner, and just because of how well and still to this day he looks after me, because Josh was very much focused on life after basketball, and so even to this day he'll still check in. We'll talk, we'll chat. He'll call, check in on Charlie, see how she's doing. So. I got a real special place in my heart for Josh, and I saw him before the game, and we chatted and hung out for a little bit, so it was fun.
Did you always think he'd end up coaching again?
Yeah, because Josh just loved the game. I always pick fun. Josh, it's hard to have a conversation with Josh because his mind is just 24/7 basketball. Now, I thought Josh was crazy in the analytical side, on the broadcasting side.
I thought he was so good on TV.
Man, that man was amazing on TV. But he just loved coaching, man. You just can't, he just loved coaching. He loved being around and pouring in the boys, and he just loved it. So I figured he'd find his way back to coaching at some point, but I don't I don't think he'll ever stop. It's in his blood. His dad, he came up. I mean, and ain't no way he could stop coaching.
You thought about getting into coaching with him?
Absolutely not.
No desire.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
That's why Will's on the athletic director track.
Yeah, and I just, you know what? You know what's crazy? I will probably find myself. It's a wild take, and it's gonna sound crazy only because I've fallen in love with it because of my daughter.
Aww.
I will find myself. I probably coach a volleyball team before I coach a basketball team. Straight up. I have so much fun. I have more fun watching volleyball than I did playing basketball. That's cool. I have so much fun watching it. If it's a volleyball game on TV, depending on what's going on, I may turn on a volleyball game before I turn on a basketball game. 100%.
Well, Will, hopefully there's a fun volleyball game to watch to perhaps
Club
take
season
some of the
starts.
pain away
So
from
I'm excited. Club
these
season has
upcoming
started.
games. Or you never know. Memphis, Purdue, shock the world in the Bahamas.
Hey, come
it would
on.
Be shocking.
We
and
went
it would
crazy
be a
last
narrative
year.
Changer.
Last year we went crazy.
It's true.
They didn't think we was they thought we was gonna go down there and get our head beat in,
It's
but
true.
we went down there and showed up. So hopefully we can do it again.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Thursday, November 20th,
Fingers
5
crossed.
p.m., CBS Sports Network. Will, thank you for the cheesecake.
No problem.
Revolutionary as always.
No
We'll
problem.
take a break. We'll talk about some other crazy coaches, like one who will no longer get his entire $49 million buyout because he just had to take a new job. James Franklin has his new job. Lane Kiffin might be taking a new job, might not, but Ole Miss wants him to decide before a certain
He not
game.
leaving. He ain't leaving.
You think he's not
Man,
leaving?
the love they show Lane down there, bro. That man like Jesus down there.
Yeah, but then there's money and
know.
resources and all of the above.
I
We'll also
know.
talk some TV Tuesday. I got television news yesterday that made my entire year, gave me a reason to keep on living. We'll get into it after a quick break.
Watching the Grizzlies is easy with FanDuel Sports Network. If you have cable or satellite, you're all set. Find us on your channel lineup. You can also use your TV provider login to watch games on the FanDuel Sports Network app. No cable or satellite? Subscribe directly to FanDuel Sports Network online. You can also watch on Prime Video by adding a FanDuel Sports Network subscription. Not sure where to start? Visit FanDuelSportsNetwork.com to learn more.
Now that's the new edition way.
I feel like there's another level we can take it to.
What you think, Mike?
2 steps ahead of you, Slick.
What's good, bro?
What you doing, man?
I'm in.
Woman, you don't even know what I'm getting ready to ask you.
Here's the vision. All 3 of us on the same stage every night.
Gonna be crazy.
No barriers, no separation.
It'll be like 9 kings and a queen.
The next level starts now.
Grizzlies fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but nothing compares to catching them IRL. And that starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight in person. From seeing your favorite Grizzly stars up close to hearing the squeak of the sneakers on the hardwood. Put that jersey collection to use and get tickets at Ticketmaster. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside, Memphis.
The long goodbye begins. A very special evening with Journey. Final Frontier Tour. Journey. Tickets are on sale now at journeymusic.com. Your chance to say goodbye to the songs that changed our lives. Journey. Final Frontier Tour.
Check this out. Last season in the NBA, there were 139 40-point games. We're like 5 days in, 6 days in, and we have had 16 already. It is on pace for over 300 40-point games.
Holy crap.
That would be the pace.
Yeah.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item, whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Welcome back. I'm all jacked up on Fruity Pebble Cheesecake. Got a sugar high.
Already?
Yeah. I'm like a child.
What day was that you came in here hyped up on sugar? It was a while. It was a long time ago. Maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah, I had a pumpkin spice latte.
That's what it was.
Because I usually don't put sugar in my coffee.
Slow down.
And I'm speaking slow.
Now you are.
Before we get into TV Tuesday.
All right, Dracula, you can speed it up.
TV Tuesday. Some college football coaching carousel news yesterday. James Franklin is the new head coach at Virginia Tech. I think this is a great hire for Virginia Tech. I think it's a great hire and a great partnership on both sides. Home run. Great spot for James Franklin. He should make Virginia Tech an ACC contender. He knows the area well. They're investing a lot of money into their athletics department. It is a good fit, and I look forward to seeing how it transpires. That said, I just don't understand why coaches are the way they are. I don't understand why coaches are the way they are. We just talked about it with Will in regards to Josh Pastner and always itching to get back into coaching. James Franklin was owed $49 million, reportedly, in his buyout from Penn State. And yeah, I get it. Like, contractually, he had to be looking for a new job. He had to be trying to find something in coaching or broadcasting and negotiating in good faith, which he has done because now, reportedly, that $49 million buyout number has gone down to $9 million in an agreement with Penn State. And his original buyout, which was the second largest in college sports history, when he was fired from Penn State, but it was structured where he would be paid that amount of money through 2031, and it was set up where the $49 million could be offset by his future earnings at another job. So this deal with Virginia Tech would seemingly offset that payout. They renegotiate. He gets cash now. Call JG Wentworth, 877 cash now. Get you your $9 million up front, but you forego this $49 million to not work. And again, I get it. You had to try to be finding a job. But like, you could have worked a little harder at not finding the job to just not do anything. Just take the money, sit on a beach, take an interview every now and then, get really close to being like, yeah, I think I'm going to take this job. Actually, now that I'm kicking my feet back in the sand, I think I'll wait for the next one. Why are coaches the way they are?
You got to go full Shador in this moment. You got to come in with all of your boys, all of your what do they call them? Your posse. Got to come in with all of your posse, everybody in grills and gold chains. You got to sit down and put your feet up on the AD's desk. You got to let them know you can't be controlled and you will not be contained. You got to have multiple gold chains on. That's how you got to do it. You got to play that up. You got to be like, yeah, I'm here for the interview. Got to do it, go all the way, man. Put on a Kangol hat. I don't know. What? Throw on the shiesty mask. Just walk in there with a shiesty mask and let them know what time it is. You cannot take another job.
I just think
to not work, 49 to not work. Come on, man.
It's life-changing money.
Come on, man. To not work.
That's like winning the lottery.
To not work.
Coaches can't do it. I mean, this man, James Franklin, 6 days after he was fired from Penn State, he was on ESPN's College Game Day, basically interviewing for his next job and saying, it's okay, we're just going to go win a national championship somewhere else now. He was already focused on his next job. 6 days after being fired, I would solely be focused on the $49 million buyout in front of me. And I'm not an expert in this field. I haven't seen the contracts with my own eyes. I get it. There's wording, there's legalese that would make it so he has to really, really, really try to find another job. But like, You could also really, 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 really try not to.
We're going, just so you know, we get fired from here and we get a buyout. And they say, hey, you two have to go and try and find another job. We're going full Step Brothers. I'm talking, we're throwing on tuxedos. I'm sitting in your lap. You're going to move my mouth like a ventriloquist. I might fart in the interview. Like, we're going full Step Brothers. We cannot be getting paid to work when there's money to be had not working.
I will become
millions of dollars to be had if you just don't get another job.
I could really be a professional at managing to not get another job. But I mean, I get it. Like, what if you fumbled it and then you somehow interfered with the workings of the contract and then suddenly you just don't get your buyout money because you weren't true to the rules?
How can they tell me?
I don't know.
I'm embracing a new version of myself if I'm James Franklin. I'm getting back in touch with my roots. I'm walking in there with dashikis on. I'm going to have a drum congo behind me, banging on the drums, let them know what time it is. Dashiki with one of the hats. Like, come on, man.
Reddick pointed out his agent is Jimmy Sexton, so he probably knows what he's doing. And he does get $9 million straight up. Like, imagine just getting a deposit of $9 million.
Oh,
that'd be pretty sweet.
But you can't enjoy the $9 million.
I got a $78 payment from TikTok yesterday, and I felt rich. Imagine it being $9 million.
But what are you going to do? And even you can't enjoy the $78.
No.
Because you're busy with work.
Exactly.
He's got $9 million.
Do you think he even took a vacation?
No.
Oh, my God.
No.
What is it for?
When did he get fired?
Week 3?
Week 3. He was on game day week 5, correct?
I believe so.
He's probably
No, he was on game day the week after he got fired.
Okay, so he was on game day week 4.
Which was nuts.
And so maybe he got a day or two somewhere. I guarantee you James Franklin has been in his house just watching film on various teams. I bet that's what he's been doing.
Different.
Watching film and then taking interviews and phone calls. And he got the Virginia Tech job. I bet right now James Franklin, well, today he's got to go in and do the tour, the press conference and all of that type of stuff. But I guarantee you James Franklin has been boning up on some ACC competition, like getting game film on them and just sitting down and watching. The coaches
probably, I can just imagine him thinking to himself, if only I was there this year, we could really make a run at this.
I had that thought. Like, okay,
I think actually probably could.
In Indiana, Penn State, I was like, ooh, I wonder if Franklin is watching this like, I think I could have got this one.
That's sicko behavior.
Wow. It's double sicko when there's $50 million. There's $50 million for you to not be that way. To just be lazy, like me, and not do anything.
I got money from a class action lawsuit this week.
Oh, how much?
$37.
Get out of here.
On Facebook.
Oh, I should have. Did I miss out on that?
Yes.
Shoot.
You got to work hard to get your pennies. James Franklin didn't have to work at all to get $49 million. I had to fill out actual paperwork. He just had to be fired.
Man.
Anyway, other coaching news from yesterday. A report that Lane Kiffin has reportedly been given a deadline to decide if he is going to stay at Ole Miss. And that deadline is the November 28th Egg Bowl, the Ole Miss-Mississippi State game. Does this all end with Lane Kiffin getting left on a tarmac in Starkville? I can't wait to find out. His family reportedly took tours of Gainesville and Baton Rouge this week. Lane Kiffin was not with them, but his families took the tours as he figures out if he will be leaving Ole Miss for Florida or LSU or staying at Ole Miss. It is just such a testament to peak crazy college football coaching carousel news cycles that we are having this conversation about a coach who has a team that is 10-1 and is a legitimate contender in the college football playoff. And Ole Miss has never been to the college football playoff. This will be their first trip. And now the university is finding itself in a position where they're like, hey, no matter what, we got to know by the Egg Bowl. And I saw some people kind of like pontificate that the gentleman thing to do would be to allow Lane. I'm like, gentlemen, this is college football. Allow Lane Kiffin to coach it out, to take this team as far as it would go, and then to shake his hand on the way out and say, thanks for all you did for us. And I'm like, there's recruiting to be done. Like, you can't risk losing potential recruits, potential players to other SEC schools if you're Ole Miss, and he's basically operating as a double agent, both as a coach of the Rebels and a coach of whatever team he's handshook agreed to be the coach of following this season. So I understand the sentiment, but it's not very realistic to think that if Lane Kiffin has taken one of these other jobs, he will be allowed to continue coaching at Ole Miss through the playoff, which stinks. Like, I'm not saying it's a positive thing. I hate it, but it's just the reality of the world.
Yeah, everybody got to look out for themselves, man. Like, everybody, you know what this is. Stop trying to use honor and decency as a weapon to stop people from getting all the money that they can get. As you continue to get all the money that you can. Like, that, stop it. Come on, man. We know what this is. You want Lane Kiffin to stay? You want Lane to stay? You know what you got to do. Be like, Lane, listen. I know LSU this year had NIL budget of about $20.1 million. We're going to go with our NIL budget. We're going to go up to about $22 million. And for your troubles, we got an extra $1.5 million. Yeah. So we're going to take you from a salary around $9 million a year. We're going to take you to $10.5 million. You want Lane to stay? That's the starting point right there. That's what this is. We know what this is. Everybody's looking around like, okay, I can go. Bet. I'm going to leave. Are you going to pay me more money? Are you going to give me the things that I need for my for my football team and my football program to continue to compete at an elite level? Because if I take a step back, if instead of 9-10 win seasons, I'm at 8 or 7, I get 2 of them, and then y'all will kick my ass up out of here. And I'm trying to say, I'm going to be committed to you. You show you committed to me by giving me more money and by giving me the things that I want to make my football team the way that I want it to be and to continue to compete at this level. If you guys want him to stay Ole Miss, that is the thing that you do, not give some goofy-ass ultimatum.
I think they've also offered him a pretty hefty amount of money on their own. I think this is more a situation of Lane Kiffin not thinking he can win a national championship.
Have they?
I don't know the details, but from what I hear around the program.
Scuttlebutt. Yeah.
The scuttlebutt, the butt of the scuttle, they have.
Okay. And by we talking 11?
That's where I don't know.
Okay, because
apparently the floor, again, this is where you get into just reckless speculation season and message board season, but there were reports that Florida was ready to offer him $14 million a season.
Ain't no way in hell.
Which is insane. That
Kirby
can't
Smart
be real.
makes 13.
That can't be real.
Somebody gonna be making more than Kirby Smart?
Maybe.
Somebody
Imagine
gonna pay 14
that buyout.
million?
No one's gonna have a buyout that good. I wonder what Brian Kelly's doing today.
He's kicking it with his family. When
I read the report of Kiffin's families visiting Gainesville and Baton Rouge, I read it as Kiffin's families. What an impact Brian Kelly will forever have. All right, some quick TV Tuesday before we get out of here. We got the SNL announcement yesterday of their last 3 host musical guest pairings of 2025. And CJ, I could not believe my little eyes when I saw who was going to be on this year's Christmas episode. December 20th, host Ariana Grande, musical guest Cher.
What?
Cher, iconic pairing, exactly.
You doing the Christmas songs?
Thank you for knowing exactly where this is going.
You are excited.
December 20th is my husband's birthday. It's no longer my husband's birthday. It's SNL Cher for the first time in 40 years, along with Ariana Grande. And for many, Ariana is the headliner here, and it will be a big deal because it will be a second wave of marketing for Wicked Part 2, which comes out this week. But then you get another boost of people going to movies over the holiday season, and Ariana is a big numbers driver for SNL. Her last episode with them was their most watched of the season, had one of the most viral skits that we've had in a long time. No, I will not slow down because, yes, Ariana's the headliner, but for me and all my gay best friends, Cher is the real moment here, and it is an opportunity for the song that I have said on this show many a times should be amongst the biggest Christmas bops that we have, DJ Play a Christmas Song. If Cher does DJ Play a Christmas Song on SNL with an Ariana Grande remix using her Christmas song, Santa Tell Me, we could have a top 10 hit. And we could have something that rivals All I Want for Christmas Is You. We could finally free ourselves from All I Want for Christmas Is You. Mariah Carey's had a nice run, but this is Cher and Ariana Grande's time. I'm not kidding. That's immediately where my brain went. I was like, Christmas episode? Cher? DJ play a Christmas song? Finally gets the respect it deserves? I'm really excited for this. There's a Grizzlies game that night. Should I take off?
Yes. Do it. Do it.
Marked ill from being gagged.
They had a sketch that was all of what you just did right there.
Yeah.
I did not get it. My wife was howling on the couch.
When?
This week.
Oh, this week?
They did the Bob versus maybe Lace Front. I can't remember.
Oh, someone told me to watch that.
And they were saying a bunch of stuff and doing a bunch of stuff. The audience is laughing. My wife is laughing. And I am just thoroughly confused. Yeah, shout out. I look forward to that episode
excited.
just for you. Can I ask you a question on the topic of Ariana?
Sure.
Is
she okay?
Is Lena Waithe okay? Is Lena safe?
Oh, yeah, I think.
Okay.
I think we're so weird with this whole thing.
Okay.
I don't know. But then again, like, I was just reminded, like, in the musical theater world, there's a term called the showmance that is very much a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people who end up in romantic relationships because
Ariana Grande
they
just
are
came from one. She's in one now, right?
Well, yeah, with Mr. SpongeBob.
Yeah.
So you just never know. Like, people just get really close in these situations. So, I don't know. People are really weird on the Ariana Grande, Cynthia Erivo discourse, and now it's even crossed over into, like, the rest of the cast. People are really concerned about their bodies. I'm getting, like, inundated by body content. And then even, like, my weekly, like, the Skim newsletter that I get, their little, like, first headline is like, but first, what to do if someone you love is struggling with an eating disorder? And I literally feel like that is a headline driven from all of the discourse around the Wicked promotional tour right now.
What is the discourse?
Just because everyone's, like, really tiny. I'm like, welcome to Hollywood, baby. It's scary. Like, people are really small. But then you have the other side saying, we don't talk about people's weight anymore because remember what happened with Chadwick Boseman? But then that's also a different thing with women and women wafting away. But you were talking about Cynthia Erivo stepping in to save Ariana Grande from the person who attacked her.
No, I'm talking about them being
Very
like,
close.
Remember
the making space?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I know how I look at the woman I'm attracted to, and I see that glimmer in their eyes. And maybe I'm just self-projecting. Maybe in my hyper masculine way of viewing the world, I have confused sexual attraction with just general intimacy and respect.
friendship.
Like, you can have intimacy without it being sexual. Maybe that's me, but oh boy, it's like, oh, I look at mine that way.
I mean, I would imagine that, like, Bo and Yang will look at Ariana Grande and Cher doing their Christmas remix with the same eyes that Cynthia Erivo looks at Ariana Grande with.
But also,
like, Bo and Yang's the real winner of this episode.
Oh, very much so. He was in the Bob sketch.
I know,
And I think
he's been a little.
That was the only one he was in.
Some people have been questioning if he's on his way out.
Yeah, he should be.
Which would be sad.
He's big now.
He is big.
Like, he's tremendous.
Yeah. I'm so excited. Ariana Grande supposedly she's like really planning her post-Wicked life. She's gonna do a show, allegedly, reportedly, in London on the West End, like a theater production of
what?
A show called Sunday in the Park with George that I will be going to see.
In London.
Apparently with Andrew Garfield.
Oh, you like Garfield?
That's not even real news yet. I'm like literally spitting out fake TikTok Broadway rumors that I get cycled through.
That are specifically catered to you, right?
To me.
Because you love you some Garfield, don't you? You find him to be hunkalicious.
Yes.
Okay.
Hunkalicious is the word.
All right.
It's like Fergalicious, but hunkalicious.
Hunkalicious.
Are you watching anything good?
I'm good. I don't know, but I like them. This is the last season of The Neighborhood, so sadly that comes to an end. Started DMV, and like, if you were gonna do that show, it's good. Don't get me wrong. I like where it's headed, but you could have just kept American Auto. So I'm expecting this to get canceled after 3 seasons or whatever. But it's
good. At least you're realistic.
It's good to me. I love that show. American Auto and DMV. And what's the one that came back? Oh, St. Dennis. That one is back, and so that's another one where I love it. I'm not sure what the rest of you guys are on or what y'all are doing.
But you're a fan.
I love it, and I expect that one to be gone here sometime soon as well. But I'm enjoying it while it's here.
I have not started it yet, but All Her Fault on Peacock is supposed to be awesome. Like all my girl chats, that's all they're talking about right now.
There's a black people show on the Hulu. Oh, somebody help me out, because my wife was watching it, and somebody had a list of shows like, hey, if you like this, you'll like the show you just named.
All Her Fault?
Yes.
Oh, it's supposed to be great. And then I continued with Pluribus, which I'm really enjoying. Interesting concept. Anyway, happy Grizzlies game day, everybody. It's tonight on NBC. No Wemby, no Ja, but still a Grizzlies team looking to get right.
Reasonable Doubt.
Oh, I've heard that show's great.
Yeah, she likes it. She loved it.
Cool. All right, have a wonderful day. It's gonna be like 75 degrees. Get outside for a minute before, as like thunder roars outside. That was hysterical.
Was that thunder or was that me tapping the desk?
Maybe it was you tapping the desk. It was you tapping the desk. All right, we'll see you all tomorrow. Hopefully we're doing Grizzlies highlights. Fingers crossed. We'll see you then. Bye.